Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Show, where we take book discussions to a new level. We don't just read books, we interview them, journal about them, sip coffee, spill thoughts, and explore stories on and off the page. Grab a cup and get cozy, because every book deserves a great conversation.
With 6 book reviews today: blood or pickles, stamping or tabbing, tears or trauma, do we still blot lipstick? We talk new book journaling ideas and evolutions. And seriously, what are you doing with your tabbies? This episode has it all. Jars that press pickles, they're oddly satisfying.
I finished my Dracula spread this morning.
I
put some blood on it.
What? Not real blood?
No, stamped blood.
That's exactly how this episode will open. I put some blood on it.
I put some blood on it.
Oh my gosh. Please note to self, I put some blood on it. That is the episode title.
Yeah.
Let me see it. I want to see it.
I mean, I don't want to talk about it because we'll talk about it.
I know. Oh my gosh, you really did put blood on it.
I put blood on it.
This is a stamp?
It's a stamp.
I love this. Wow. And then it's very, it's light. You have the stampy techniques down.
Well, you stamp off and then you stamp on.
Yeah. Oh. So you blot.
Yeah.
Like you do, like back in the day, the lipstick blot with the tissue.
Yes.
Does anybody do that anymore? Do we still blot lipstick, guys?
I hardly wear lipstick.
I don't wear it anymore.
COVID got rid of lipstick for me.
Got rid of a lot of things for me.
Because of the masks, I just stopped wearing lippy stick, and then what, you know?
Okay, so I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm a glosser.
You're right.
We're heading into our year 2. I felt like we needed a refresh.
Yep.
And one of the things I noticed is we have more books and not a lot of time. Is that a problem? More books?
More books? More books is never a problem.
More books. I know.
Oh, why don't we start with you? Because it looks like you actually brought this book with you.
I brought a couple of the books with me because, again, the cover. It's sometimes the cover.
Okay.
I don't know. I just felt like I needed to. Plus, I'm doing tabbies now.
Aw, look at the tabbies.
And I just wanted you to see my tabbies.
I love your tabbies.
I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to my tabs.
Well, I've changed my tabbies.
Oh, what are yours now?
Well, I mean, same tabbies, but I've changed my mind on how I do them. So remember how I was tabbing every chapter?
Yeah.
I decided I didn't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
So instead, I'm tabbing where the quote is that I like. So,
yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now instead. Instead of, why am I tabbing every chapter?
I don't
Besides,
know.
I want to find a chapter. I don't need to do that. Especially these days, I feel like so many books, and I'm fine with it. I actually like it. The chapters are shorter. I could literally put 37 tabs just by chapter. I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay. Because we're just tabbing the important stuff.
We're just tabbing the important stuff.
Or the things you find of interest.
Yes.
That is what I'm assuming my tabbies are of this.
Okay.
So, this.
Okay.
Emolecipation. Sometimes I had to read that 9 times. Emolecipation by Dylan West. It's a physical book, a YA Christian fantasy adventure. I'm telling you a lot of words. Go. I was quick scanning the vibe. Back this book up.
We're backing this book up in the truck, in the dump truck. Wait, it's a what?
It's a YA Christian fantasy adventure.
I'm thrown by many of those words. Why did you pick this one up, and where did you pick it up?
These are excellent questions.
Thank you.
I'm in Portsmouth, Virginia, at a farmer's market, and look, I got an arc stamp. Because I arced it from the author to my hand.
Oh, the author to your hand.
Yes,
okay.
In his tent where he was playing a video game. And he's a Christian sci-fi author is how he defines himself. So I was like, hey, what is this? I'm like, sci-fi, playing video game, author man. And he explains to me that they're Christian fantasy stories for young adults and that he's in development of a video game. It's a Christian-based fantasy video game. And if I review this book, my name gets to become a permanent character in the game. And I was like, yes, I'm in. I'm in for that reason alone. I want to be a 2D character in some YA fantasy Christian game.
Okay.
I want that on my resume.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay because
I'm going back to my childhood. If you've ever, which you probably don't.
I want to know.
But if you were a child of the 80s and you grew up in the evangelical church and you know what salty is, you 100% know all the salty plays, all the salty songbook, and this is what this whole situation reminds me of.
After I read his response, I'll ask him if he knows about salty. Be like, excuse me, Mr. Dylan West. Very lovely gentleman, by the way.
It was a Christian series. They put out albums, but they also made their big thing was plays.
Okay.
That were they were 100% for churches, for youth groups to then put on. I was in many of them at my church. But Salty is a songbook. He's a talking songbook.
So he's not sentient. He's a
sentient. So it's not SALTY. It's PS, like the Psalms.
Oh.
Yes.
We got even
yes.
more.
And he has children that are little songbooks.
Wow.
And they have many, and there's Charity the Church Mouse. Like there's whole plays that I don't know who did, but they market it to churches in the 80s. And like if you were a child of the 80s and you attended one of these churches, then you know
all about this.
Exactly. There's a video. My parents have a video of it somewhere.
I was in the wrong church
because I was the lead choreographer. Yes, it was a moment.
Mom, why didn't I go to a church that had this?
Yeah.
I don't know this.
So that's when you're talking about like a Christian video game and like a Christian series, but like that's instantly where my brain goes, is like this is just the next generation of
Dylan was
Salty
probably
the Songbook.
director.
How old would you say Dylan was?
I'm going to say, I think he was 30, young 30.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know. I'm guessing based on, he's very youthful. He's a very youthful fella.
Okay, so tell me about the book. What's the premise? What's the deal?
So it's a play on words, emolecipation, which what is the actual word when you free a slave?
Emancipation.
Okay, so this is a story on emancipation with a biblical undertone, told from the point of view of this character and 4 of the most adorable moles I've ever seen. And I say 4, but it's really 3 because I said AKA 3 moles and a human emancipate slaves is my rename of the book.
So are we emancipating the moles?
No, the moles are helping him emancipate slaves on a boat. He frees himself from a slave ship. He swims to this island, and then he meets these moles who can talk. And somehow there is a language thing, but then like they adjust it without having a translator device. But the moles speak English, and he's like, everybody should be free. And they're like, well, then how can we help? And they rally all the moles of the other islands, and they all go and they save all these people off of the ship. Honestly, if these moles were plushies, I would want them.
Okay.
He was kind. He's a passionate author. He's invested in his world. He signed my copy. But it did take me a minute to settle into the story.
Okay.
But once the moles showed up, I was like, all right, I'm in it for these guys because their personalities were so cute.
I'm looking at it that like kind of the afterward situation. Tell your friends about the silly moles in this book. I feel like the moles are the moment.
The moles are the moment, and I understand the lesson that we're trying to teach young people here, but there's a lack of continuity and audience focus, and then the vocabulary is more advanced than some of the titles suggest, and because there's such a play on words.
I was looking at the titles.
The titles are a little... there's a lot.
Furry Sailors, Tickle Monster...
Now that one threw me a lot. The
removable fur.
Right. So you're seeing all of these things that I'm just like, some of this is very uneven.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it.
I'm honestly struggling to get past the title.
Thank you. And I was struggling
I
not
think
just
that's
that.
a problem.
I also thought the art was a problem because I don't like how his arm is up and it looks like, I don't know what's happening with the armpit.
It looks like there's moles in the armpit.
Right. I just felt like there's a lot of things. Look, tighter focus, editorial refinement, and I think we could be there. I'm rooting, the heroes are great because I think that's the moles. But I think if we could change this into specifically a children's book, more specifically a picture book, not even a graphic novel, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think this would just read so much better if it was just something between a graphic novel and a golden book.
So I feel like what you just said, like it's that there's not continuity in this between all the things. It's self-published, right?
No, Pickled Press. Pretty sure it's a Christian publishing company. I said that this has potential. The story does have potential. The characters were well developed. If there was a cast of characters and description and personality, like that's there. Their roles and how they interact are there. You can tell me what you find with Pickled Press. Pickled Jar Press.
Let me try again.
Pickled Jar Press.
Because when I search Pickle Jar Press, I'm getting jars that press pickles.
Okay, well,
I mean, that should be the title of the episode.
Yes. Jars that...
It's an independent publisher.
Okay. Publishing company, independent publishing company, or did he start his own and this is...
An independent publisher associated with specialized content, including dot grid journals for spoonies and potentially young adult fiction.
What's a dot journal for spoonies? What's a spoonie?
I don't know what a spoonie is.
Guys, is that like a sporky? Based on what you just told me about Christian plays and such, maybe this has a space there. Which is why I only gave it 3.5 stars and then messaged him separately with all of my thoughts on many levels. I mean, some of the quotes are really cute though. Again, these are the moles. All humans have a measure of corruption swirling inside them. Some just have more than others. Only the swooniest romances. Oh my gosh, one of the moles, she's a book writer and she writes this like saucy little romance. I know. There's a lot in here, but that's what I'm saying. There's potential. Make it just about the moles.
Any other, like what big part, like was there anything that stood out to you?
The intention. The intention of this book stood out. I understood what his intentions were. Maybe be one of the good guys, as I quote my fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're trying to do a lot of things here. Create a book series with a tie-in to a video game. Yeah, there's a lot happening here.
Pick one good idea, Mr. Dylan West, from your book and go with it.
Yeah, I think it's either you fully conceptualize one and then the other comes. So you either fully conceptualize and finish and work and perfect the book series and then the video game comes later, or it's the video game fully conceptualized and completed and the book that comes later.
All right, so Rachel, let's move into one of yours.
Okay.
And we're going to need to get the deets, the author, the title, and the genre of...
Okay, so this is The Stationery Shop by Marjan Kamali. I apologize profusely if I mispronounce that name. I read this on Kindle, and this was a historical fiction.
Why? Why'd you get it?
It popped up just like a couple of the other ones I've read recently. If you've got your Amazon Prime, first of the month, you get a free book. So this was my free book from I don't know how long ago, like months ago, and it came up on my TBR, so I read it.
Rachel seems to have a better memory than I do, so I'm actually want your book.
Oh, you want my book?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry I took your book.
That's okay.
From
you can take my book.
I also sometimes like to live in the pages that you've created. All right, the hook. Did it grab you by page 10 or was it a slow burn struggle?
It definitely grabbed me by page 10.
Well, we got 4 stars, which is a high score for you these days. And describe the writing style in 3 words. Like lush, gritty, fast-paced.
Gritty is a really good word. Gritty and realistic.
Wow. And I see right now it is a heartbreaker.
It's definitely a heartbreaker. I'm not giving anything away. This is on the jacket cover. It's the story of, we'll call it two young people growing up in Tehran in like 1952, 1953, right around the time that the prime minister was overthrown and they reinstated the king, the Shah, and before the Islamic Revolution. So there's a lot of like political turmoil going on in the beginning of this book, and it's two young people who fall in love but are torn apart by the political turmoil and don't see each other again for the bulk of their lives. And how their life.
Cried a lot.
I did. I cried multiple times. It was one of those where I cried in the middle. I cried 2/3 of the way through the book, and then I cried at the end. So, but like, I shouldn't say happy tears because it wasn't happy. The ending was okay. It was happy-ish, but the ending was resolute. But there were a lot of tears.
So where's the 5 stars? Because it made you cry, so they don't get it?
Yeah, I think because it made me cry so much.
Oh my goodness gracious.
They, after they're separated, Rhea, the girl, moves to America. And she loses track of Bahman, her fiance, because he stays and gets married in Iran. And, it's okay. And it's her story, ultimately, it's her story. But then you get these snippets towards the end of the book of his letters. Like, he was writing to her. He wasn't sending the letters, but he was writing to her of his life. Like, this is what I'm going through right now. This is what's going on in my life right now. I would have given it 5 stars if, she's going to college, then I have a letter of what's going on in his life. She finishes her degree and is trying to get a job, then I have a letter of what's going on in his life. I wish it was a little bit more parallel as far as time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But again, that's me nitpicking. That's me just finding something that I wish were different. We still know what happened in his life at the end because, she finally reads all these letters that he wrote her that he never sent her.
How'd she get them? She can't tell me. She just made a face. All right.
You know what? I can tell you because it's given away in the first couple. He gives them to her.
Oh my gosh. He never mails them, but he gives them to her. And we're crying, so we don't really know what's happened in this romance. Did we say historical fiction?
And of course, they meet in a bookstore.
Oh, that just makes it that
meet
much
cute
better.
in a bookstore in Tehran.
Wow. So the standout. New term, I just learned this of like a week ago. Gatekeeping.
I'm not gatekeeping.
Or obsessing over.
I'm not gatekeeping.
Okay, so you already know the words. I'm like so behind, guys. Who are we obsessing over?
I really felt for Raya. Like, she was the main character, but the way she was written, like, dude, man, you felt it. Like, she loved this kid, and she was just broken.
Because we've all had that. Wouldn't we call that first love?
I mean,
is that like our first love?
Annihilated by this. Like, it took her years to get over this. And the way she was written and the way she managed to, like, pull herself up and create a new life for herself, like, she allowed herself to wallow in it, but still recognized, I can't live back there. I have to move forward. And then, tragedy. There's a lot of tragedy in this book.
Oh, no.
And she has a tough life. And but I think she's resilient. Like, she never allows herself to forget, but she finds a way to keep moving.
That's a good story to read. That's a good reminder for us.
Don't read the book Hungry.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of descriptions of some really good Iranian and Persian food.
Oh.
So you'll get very hungry.
Wow.
reading this book. So, yeah.
Do you have a Hungry Award? I took mine out from last year. What book made me hungry? This would have been the one.
I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of discussion of food.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, but food is love, right?
Yes.
Okay. So which character needs a reality check?
Honestly,
It's not that kind of book?
no, it's Mrs. Aslam. That's Bahman's mom. She's insane, and the villain.
Got it. Could she have her own show? Sounds like
Not a good one.
Okay. Sounds like she could. Which scene is rent-free in your head right now?
When she is in the square, when Roya is in the square in Tehran, when the big overthrow mob protest breaks out to overthrow the prime minister, and she's caught in all of that, and the tragedy that comes out of that, it's like I couldn't read those pages fast enough. Yeah.
So where do you think this whole theme is? Is this romance? Is it tragedy? Is it resilience? Like where are we on that?
I think it's a equal mix of, obviously it's historical because these are all events that really happened and changed the entire course of a country as we know it today. But I think it's an equal mix of tragedy and resilience because there are multiple tragic events. That's why I cried multiple times.
Those things of it doesn't kill you, it just makes you
Yeah,
stronger kind of
it's when I say
cliche.
it's tragedy, it's not like Hamlet, where one person's left alive at the end. It's life. It's life. And there are parts of life that are tragic. In everybody's life, tragedy hits. If you've lived a tragedy-free life, then I'm beyond envious.
I think it's inconceivable.
It's not possible in the world we live in. And, she just gets it hit.
Especially because there's different levels of tragedy.
Right.
Like what is tragic for you is not necessarily what would be tragic for me versus, what they're living through, their tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
But to a human and their emotions, it's still up on the same level of that tragic scale.
Yeah.
That whole thing of perception. My goodness gracious. Is it logical? Everything was like story solid?
Yeah, really, well researched. It had a lot of history in it with everything that was going on in Iran during this time, and it talked about the movement of a lot of Persians to America, specifically to California.
I was just going to ask that because I just read a quote.
Quotes. What do you mean?
Everyone loved acronyms in America.
Yeah, because she goes to college in America, and everything's got a nobody ever just says the full name. Everything's got
He smelled like the wind, like water and salt, like all their time together when they were young. Oh dear, she's tight-lipped.
I cried.
Tight-lipped on that. ... Time is not linear but circular. There is no past, present, future. I know. That's a deep quote. It's a great quote.
Yeah.
Not everybody can get down with that. Oh, this one, interesting. The past was always there, lurking in the corners, winking at you when you thought you'd moved on, hanging on your organs from the inside. Oh. Now, if this is how we used words in this sentence, I can only imagine the food quotes. There are no food quotes on this list.
No. Just because it talked, I just was hungry when I was reading it because of all the awesome good food that was described.
The worst thing in the world was to fall in love with someone who was in love with politics. Oh my goodness.
Yes, he is very much sees himself as a young political activist when she falls in love with him.
Oh man, crazy.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard. I mean, some people, they just get obsessed with the job no matter what it is. And they're married to the job.
He was obsessed with the politics.
Cover versus content. Is it a masterpiece or a catfish cover?
No, I honestly, I don't think the cover is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. You know, it's got the backdrop of Tehran and the two kids together.
Yeah, so friends, you know I judge a book by its cover because it's the art for me. This one, it's pretty. Is it, in real life, is it probably got gilded, like the gold is gilded?
I think if I had it in person, it might be a different story.
I would have to see it in person for sure. But
Yeah.
just initial, even if I saw this come by my way digitally, I would have moved on from it. Because covers are a lot for me. Do you think that this, I mean, it sounds like the love letters and that, gosh, I can only watch that movie one time and then when you think about it, you cry. But, I mean, does this have, like, A-lister movie potential?
I mean, probably. Yeah, probably.
Everything that you've told me, we've talked about, in order for it to have that, it has to have a different point of view or something that's new. I actually think this is new. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, it's a age-old story, you know, young lovers torn apart by family, time, circumstance. I think what makes it different is its historical setting. I mean, I knew about, you know, Iran and the Islamic Revolution and the overthrow of the Shah. Like, I knew about that, but not as much backstory as I got. I feel like I got a little bit of a history lesson with this book.
Which is good.
Which I think would, you know...
We need some more culturally awareness and education through multimedia,
Yeah.
I think, in the world.
Yeah, I just think, you know, and with everything that's going on, not to get political, in Iran right now, it would be a very timely book and a very timely story.
What's one thing the reader won't see coming? Or is that something you can't tell us? Because I feel like there's some things that you obviously can't say.
There are some reveals at the end. As far as... I don't want to give it away.
Okay, then
As
don't.
far as who is who and what actually happened and what
Ooh.
actually tore them apart, that I think, like, you don't see coming.
So there's a big twist in here. Or a blind side.
A blind side would be a
Okay.
better, a big reveal.
Okay, I like that even better.
Yeah.
I like that it's a big reveal. Who needs this in their life?
Anybody who would like to read a little bit more about other cultures, other places, people who like to have their parts ripped out and then put back together and then ripped out again and then put back together. It's just it's a beautiful book. I think that's probably the best way for me to describe it. It's a beautiful book. Yeah.
All right, guys, you heard it. The Stationery Shop. Which, who knew? Who knew? I would not have thought that that's what was inside that book.
I didn't
of the
realize how
Stationery
much more, like, but if you read the jacket cover, you're like, well, what else is there left in this story? And there's a lot left in the story.
Okay.
So,
Good.
yeah, don't get fooled by the jacket cover in this case.
Well, 4 stars means a lot coming from you, so I know. I gave you this one this time because I think I got this one burned in my brain for...
Well, so I think, am I wrong that you've said that this is like one of your favorites so far of the year? Or like your favorite of the year?
As far as a poetry short story, it's in the running. It is also in the running for favorite cover of the year. Mind you, we've only got 2 months of covers and books.
Right.
But this one hit hard to the point where I've never read anything spicy. You know me, I'm not like the spicy person.
Uh-huh.
But I went and bought a spicy stamper. So now
Okay, and yeah,
I drew the spice.
you drew the spice.
It's dangerous spice, guys.
Okay, so this is Queer Little Nightmares. It's an anthology of monstrous fiction and poetry. So you've got a lot of different authors and a couple different editors. It was a physical book. The publisher is Arsenal Pulp Press. And so why did you pick it up? Besides you needed a cue.
I needed a cue.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it tells you that it was recommended by my deep research via Google and my twisted brain.
Okay.
So this comes to us from Canada. It just came across books with the letter Q from Canada. I don't know. I was like, I don't even know that was a list.
So you were able to color in Canada?
No.
Oh, no.
The publishing company is from Canada. The authors are pretty much from Canada. Like, this is a Canadian... I don't know. I was in Google. I was like, I need books with the letter Q. I was like, I hate all the other searches. When I tried, find me something different. And Google's like, here's a list of all the books from Canada that begin with the letter Q. I kid you not. And I picked it based on the cover in that list of books of Canadian Qs.
So you make the comment that this was a deep cut that got darker the further I went. Please explain.
Okay, so first, this is an LGBTQ, it's queer, about everything. I don't want to say nightmares, but let's just pretend we live in an alternate universe. We're in an alternate universe here.
Okay.
This is a what the book am I reading? For sure.
Okay.
First of all, I like the forward. He's all like, what defines a monster? And I was like, I don't know. Let's find out. Person.
That's a question for sure.
It is a question. And the very first story, because it has the short story and the poetry, is Woolly Bully by Amber Dawn. And I'm like, okay, I'm into it. I'm into it because this is just a beautiful werewolf lesbian love affair that's happening during puberty. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Did you get all those words, Rachel?
There's a lot happening right there.
There's a beautiful
werewolf lesbian love affair in puberty.
Yes, at summer camp or the school for girls or some crap like that. Nobody gives a shit because you're reading about the werewolves and how this is going down.
Absolutely.
But it's very innocent. Like, you understand, like, this is a cute little innocent story. There's nothing crazy happening. By the end of this book, as it escalates up and up, and there's some really weird twisted stuff in there, but we got tentacles happening and our gay man love, and I'm like, whoa. It wasn't bad enough that there were like pinworm things, and
so there's
so much, Rachel.
Werewolves, puberty, and tentacles.
Yes, and a whole lot of other things in between that I can't even explain, but we're going to talk about it really somehow. Somehow. I do have to say, what I enjoyed a lot about this book is in the back, and kudos to these people, is they put every single author's contributing with their bio. Because after I read the story and or poem, I went, what the book was this person thinking? And I filtered to the back and I'm like, Emery's, what's going on in your brain? I was like, oh, you're an assistant professor of English at Jacksonville State University. Can I sign up for your class? Because whatever just came out your mouth onto this page is crazy. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know. I've gotten into these like books of short stories and poetry that are pushing boundaries. They blur the lines of reality. We're threading in some surrealism. But definitely, it's almost like some of what you think your life is, but if you were looking through the window in the alternate universe.
I'm in the mirror universe.
Okay, and I'm going to go to Bernadette, who's my favorite character in this story, which is, and the moon spun round like a top, because Hiromi, you're nuts, but I love it. But in this mirror universe, right, over here I'm having a heavy period, right? And you are in pain, and you're like, especially when you're younger, and you're like, it's foreign to you. Well, Well, me, Bernadette, over here, over there, I'm looking at myself, Bernadette, and the menstrual cycle, it comes out. Now, guys, we're talking about trigger warning. Hello, okay?
I think I know what you're going to say.
But we've had, if you're a heavy period person, we've had the clots, you know? But over here for Brenda in the mirror universe, they're alive with fangs. And then they feed on her body.
Oh my God.
And she has like this emotional love affair with her babies. But that's the surreal part, right? Because this is the stuff like that's connected with making babies. And then it all goes away after your week is over. And then she's like, until next time, next month. And this whole cycle, and I'm just giving you the brief. I can't, my whole body is exploding inside because I can't read you the story. Only you can pick this up and read the story about that. But that's what these are. Like, if you read my quotes, like, I know we're not even doing the freaking list thing because I don't think any of the books that I've read fit into any of these parameters.
Yeah, I don't need, like, I'm thinking, well, I could ask you who deserves a reality check.
Everybody in this book. Actually, no, David and Daniel, who wrote the last two stories that are the epic coup de grace at the finale, who put the stories together, need, like, their brain scanned. Like, that's all I can say about it. I gave it 4 cups of coffee, Almost Famous.
Okay.
Yeah, the 5 cups is just because, like, it stayed with me now. These many weeks later, it's still lingering.
Yeah, well, I remember you talking about it. So there's a couple quotes that I love this one so much.
Okay, go.
Godzilla means heartbreaker in Japanese.
Pretty cool, right?
I love that. Is that real?
Yeah.
Like Godzilla actually means heartbreaker?
I mean, we could fact check it if you want to.
No,
but
I don't want that to be not true.
I'm pretty sure
I want that to be true.
Yeah.
There is little difference between love and madness. Dear God, so true. This one, wow, just like punch in the gut.
Okay, go.
I was this in-between gender boy thing, and then I was this giant woman full of valleys and peaks. And then, because everybody wants to be somebody, and if you don't breathe in a person, can be anything for 10 minutes.
I'm pretty sure that one is from the Glamour Eyes. Oh gosh, in the future, you could just put on a device and then be an illusion of whoever it is that you want to be and just escape from who you really are because you're everything that you want to portray externally.
And so it just kind of wrap this one up. So you say this was dangerously spicy. You had to go get a spicy stamp for it. You drew a chili pepper.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is like a lot of kinky stuff going on with these monsters in this book. Yeah.
But the thing is like, okay, it's not so descriptive. It's alluded to, but because it's okay, like the cankerworms. I even wrote that quote in there somewhere. Somewhere is about the cankerworm was between his legs as he was sitting there in the car, and he picks it up and he puts it in his mouth and he eats it.
Oh my God.
And nobody notices.
Yeah, I couldn't get through this.
I know. You could never.
I could never.
But then in the end, I can't even tell you what happened, but like his husband is with him on this adventure, and they're going to go see something from his childhood at an abandoned fun house. And it just turns out to be something that it's not, and there's a body snatching situation, and then the husband drives him home, and then all of a sudden, like, figures out what's happening, and they have all these new pets, and that he gave birth to. I just... Rachel, what the book, man. What the book. I bought this one on the Amazon after I found it in the Canada, but I'm at Book and Bottle in downtown St. Pete, and there's a couple of these on the shelf.
Oh, really?
And they had even the attendant was like, this one is wildly popular. And I was like, okay. I can see why, because we do everything. But I loved it so much. I loved it. Like Jasmine, she's the artist, the cover artist.
Yeah, it's a good eye-catching.
No kidding. Like, look at this. Queen with the nails and the thing.
And the webs. I'm looking to see what
Goodreads said. Please tell me, because I didn't look. I just found it amazing. Even in the back of the book, they're like, these little nightmares kept me up all night. Not all night. Guys, I'm still thinking about it, talking about it. I'm making a what the book about it.
It's published in 2022. It has 3.5 stars on Goodreads.
You know what it is? I think people miss the point because it poses the question, and they tell you that in the back. What does it mean to be and to love a monster? Who defines a monster? And in the queer community, many are viewed as monsters. So really, I think that, for me, that's the whole point of it. You know, if you want to take the community and you want to monsterize them, well, here, this book can show you what's beyond whatever other people are thinking, and maybe you could just love us. Can you just love us?
I feel like this is a RuPaul's Drag Race challenge waiting to happen.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to go DM her and be like, did you read this in your book club, girl? And can you like make this work in your thing? Because absolutely. Who should read this?
Who should read it?
Anybody who's not afraid of what's in the pages. You have to go in with an open mind.
And I love that it was an alphabet challenge that brought you to it.
Letter Q complete.
Got to get that letter Q in there.
Letter Q complete. So, yeah. It's full of surprises, guys. It's full of and then some. All right, Rachel, we are at Local Woman Missing.
This means I got it from the library.
Oh, you got a library stamp. Look at this. I growed up to a spicy stamp. You've grown up to a library stamp, which the spicy stamp got more use already than I thought. My gosh, I didn't know my year was going to be this way. But library, yay. All right, so this is Local Woman Missing. Ooh, by Mary Kubica. Audio, thriller, Harlequin. Only 3 stars.
Oh, I forgot to put the characters in there too.
Oh, because it's only 3 stars. Oh, Emma G. Why? Why did you pick it?
I've not read anything by Mary Kubica, and I know she's got a lot of good thrillers out there that are highly rated, so this one popped up as available at the library, and so I grabbed it. Would be how I describe it.
Not your favorite, even if you did enjoy the ending.
I like the ending. I like the kind of the twist. I didn't necessarily see that coming. I think this is all about kidnappings. There are 2 women and a child that are kidnapped in the beginning of this book. And the book does jump back and forth from present to past. And it's told from multiple point of views. The brother of the little girl who's kidnapped, and the neighbor. And then in the past, it's told by one of the kidnapped women. And this was where it got me. You get a whole section that's told from the kidnapped girl's perspective, like her experience being kidnapped and her escape. And then you never hear from her again.
That's what I just read. So I just read in your review. This is where the stars are missing, is because there's too many loose threads, is what you said.
I was like, where did she go? I mean, she's still in the book, but like you never hear from her perspective again. And that kind of bummed me. Like I wanted that. I didn't want a one and done. Like I wanted her perspective sprinkled throughout as she tries to reassimilate.
I was going to say closure.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, that's a drop.
It kind of like was a...
All right, so by page 10, you're in it, or is a slow burn struggle bus?
I would say it was a struggle bus. I mean, I never thought about stopping it, but probably from about page 10 on, I was thinking, I don't think this is going to be what I want it to be. It was the storytelling of it all. It was the back and forth, time present, different narrator.
I was just about to ask, because it is an audio. So there were some continuity issues.
Yeah.
Interesting. Describe the writing style in 3 words or less.
It's straightforward.
Okay.
It's told. I think she did a good job writing from different characters' perspectives, because it's told almost like as a, I don't want to say a diary entry because that's not what it is, but it's like, May 11th, 2005, present day, May 12th, 2005. So like
you got a timeline.
You get a timeline. I didn't feel there was a rhyme or reason to how the story was told.
The word today, friends, in this episode is continuity.
Yeah.
Continuity in some of our reads. Wow. We've had some great ones, and then we've had some this.
Yeah.
So I know you didn't write down your characters, and out of 3, I don't know if you would even remember any, but I mean, if it was not that, then it's not that. It sounds like there was a lot of characters.
There were a lot, and
that you're trying to keep track
That's kind of what I had a little bit of a problem. Again, this could be something, and I've said this before, that happens in an audiobook versus a physical book, where I can actually go back and see, okay, wait a minute, who's talking here? But yeah, that was part of my problem.
Okay, so maybe this would be a better physical read than an audio for anybody who may be interested. Any scenes that you...
There's a scene with the brother, Leo, because the brother was probably my favorite character. I liked hearing his point of view. Is like his mom is still missing, but his sister is now back home after 10 years. There's a scene where, I don't want to give it away, but where he kind of makes a discovery about his sister that changes everything in the book. And it was kind of one of those, like I said, the ending was good. The twist was there. Didn't see that coming. Wow, that's not who I thought did it. So, but there was that scene with him where everything it starts to shift towards the truth.
Got it.
And yeah, that was a well done section.
I mean, it's a thriller, but it's a kidnapping thriller, which is a little different from some of the things that you read that are thrillers. What's the theme of this one, really?
I don't know if I could tell you a theme of it. That's probably part of the problem.
Okay, so obviously
looks can be deceiving, maybe.
There you go. So let's just go to quotes. Sometimes being scared makes you do things you didn't know you could do. That is very true, and sometimes it makes you not do things that you want to do. When someone takes your eyes away from you, you figure out how to get by on other things. What? Did we get blindfolded, or our eyes were actually removed?
No. So the little girl who's kidnapped is kept in the basement cellar of her kidnapper's house for years in almost pitch black darkness.
Wow.
So she's learned how to navigate without her eyes.
And I'm going to read this one more quote, because actually this might be like the hook, line, and sinker for somebody who may be interested. But as for much as people think the internet knows everything, the one thing it doesn't say is that the girl who came back isn't the same one who disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a basic cover. There's no Dreamcast. I don't want to watch this movie. It actually sounds like I'd be crying, because I'd be like, no, not without my daughter, Sally Field. Oh my gosh. Does anybody need this in their life?
I mean, I think if you're on an 8 to 10 hour drive and you want to listen to something that would probably keep your interest, I think this would be a good book for that.
Perfect.
Because I
I listen to it, If your 8 to 10 hour drive is happening, I hope that it's somewhere in the mountains in Alaska to make it creepier for you.
Oh, yeah. It's so weird that the cover has like trees and forest on the front. Because that really is not.
Where's it take place? No place with trees and forests.
No,
what you're telling me.
No, it's in it's in Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago.
Oh, well, I don't know any place like that in the suburbs of Chicago, but I don't know, maybe Christmas tree farm.
The cover doesn't match
the book. Well, maybe I shouldn't have skipped over that part. All right. But if you have 8 hours in a Christmas tree farm, you're fine.
Yeah.
According to this.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. That was Local Woman Missing.
Okay. Well, this one will be short.
Okay.
Even though you can tell because my double page spread is not very full.
Okay.
I didn't have too much to say, but.
Okay. So this is Welcome Back, Help I'm Alive, by Christopher Selba. It was a physical book. This is a sci-fi graphic novel. We're going to say a sci-fi sapphic graphic novel?
Yes. It's a good
and the
way
publisher is Boom. Okay, so tell me about it. Why'd you pick it up?
I was on bookoutlet.com looking for the things that you don't see in your independents. The cover caught my eye. I was like, cool, $1.99. Add it to my cart. And it came in with another graphic novel that we talked about briefly because I spaced it.
Oh, okay.
Because you never know. But I've never seen this on the shelf before. And you don't normally, as you say, like it is a sapphic. So you don't see a lot of those in our indie spaces. Believe it or not. Not a graphic novel anyway. And this is straightforward. The
artwork is fantastic.
It is fantastic. This is a bang on for Almost Famous. Probably the 5th star is because it took me a little bit to get into it. And then by the end, I was like, what's next?
So what's the deal? Give me the 2-sentence summary.
The 2 sentences. These people are fighting a war through time that no one else knows about, but these people, and they're on these 2 women, they're young in their 20s, are fighting on opposite sides, but they don't want to be, but they feel forced to have to be separated, but they need to be together. And in the end of this book, they do. They come together.
So it says that they're stuck in a never-ending war. Is it just like a time loop?
It is. It's like as we travel through our time in current Earth, there's this never-ending war happening within our time and during another timeline.
Okay, so this is the first volume. There is a second volume?
I haven't found it yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
If anybody's out there, Christopher Selba, if you've got a volume 2, send it Kasie's way. I think she'd read it.
I mean, otherwise I have to find all the individual comic episodes. So what they do now is they take comics and they'll take like 1 through 5 and throw it into now a graphic novel, and then 6 through 10 into the second one, or like Witcher, you gave me the omnibus.
Yeah.
So instead of collecting all the comics, now you just get it as the graphic novel, which I like better.
Okay.
Because it's like you're waiting for the other season, but now it's all there. But I can't find the second volume, so I don't know.
Okay, so you said you saw it on bookoutlet.com. The cover. Masterpiece, or is it a catfish?
I think that's a matter of your point of view. For me, it's a sci-fi masterpiece as far as my sci-fi is going on, but the lesbian in me is a catfish. I was like, dang, she hot.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, yes, I want to read about a badass bitch who's got guns, wearing a spacesuit that's kind of post-apocalyptic, and it's all in 5 tones of pink.
5 tones of ink. I like it.
It's where I'm at. She's the Barbie of my dreams. And I don't even get to meet her to the end.
Is there a scene that lives rent-free?
Yes, the end scene. Just go to the last picture. Find the last picture. It's just so beautiful and poetic because they come together, and instead of fighting on opposite sides, it's them against the world. Well, them against whatever they're fighting, the universe.
Okay. I love that.
It is. It's a beautiful lesbian romance with a bunch of cuss words in there.
Oh, good. I like good cuss words. That's good. Would this make a good TV series?
Actually, I think this would be a fun live action.
Okay.
And it could be a one-off. It doesn't even have to be a series. I honestly, anybody who's out there that's read or watched Cowboy Bebop, this gives me that feel. And only those people will know what I'm talking about. It gives me, like, what I like about Cowboy Bebop, it's sci-fi realism. It's like, this is like, I can see, sure, there's some stupid humor in it, but this makes me feel like that.
Well, in your review, you talk about that every panel is full of tension and chaos, and just like flipping through it, I think that is like the best description you could, because that's, as I'm flipping through it, there's like action and chaos in every single panel.
And I have to say this, and I can say this, people. I don't know any lesbian who hasn't lived in tension and chaos.
Good to know.
That's all I have to say. After a fiery 10-year relationship with a woman, I felt like that depicted it exactly.
Okay.
It even includes a dog, and I was like, okay.
So you were living your best life.
Oh my gosh.
Through this book. Quotes. These are some awesome quotes, not gonna lie. So she is a sequel, born over and over to find and eliminate another sequel. Kind of like soulmates, but with war instead of love.
I know, the story's great. It's straightforward. Bada bing, bada boom.
Violence is her destiny, and she's starting to remember why. They've lived hundreds of lives, hundreds of deaths, and each one ends up the same way.
Or do they? Guys, pick it up.
She can't unsee... Oh, I'm going to read the whole quote. Sorry, I was focused on the last line. Mali thought she was done with all this. Done with the cycle, done with the war. But this time, everything feels sharper, and she can't unsee what she's become. Wow.
She didn't know that she was a fighter in a war. And throughout this, they live in our present day, and she didn't know who she was. And then she finds out who she is, but then she doesn't want to be that. And then the way, it's just great. Guys, read it. I have no other words.
Who should pick up this book?
Anybody who's rooting for love.
Any final thoughts?
Take a chance on it. If you want to, just DM me. I'll send it to you. Because I think it's cool.
Ooh.
The art's cool. Everything's cool. I said, it's sharp, it's sexy, and eternal. And once I closed it, I stared at that last picture forever. And nobody can see what we see. But the artist's chef's kiss, thank you.
All right, you heard it, people. If you want it, DM us, and you're going to get a absolutely beautiful sapphic graphic novel.
And now, we're going to go to Rachel.
This will be quick.
I know. I felt like this was quick too. Like we're quick. Oh wait, I just saw the rating.
This will be quick.
It's like even super quick. 2 stars, The Determined by Rachel Rueckert. Kindle, historical fiction, Kensington. 2 stars. It's an arc.
It's an arc.
Ooh, why did you pick this? Because the cover's awesome.
I loved the cover, and I loved the description of the book. The description of the book, of the story, was based on... It is based on true real people. 2 female pirates in the Caribbean who were apparently the scourge of the Caribbean. They were famous, so this was their story.
I love that.
This was not their story.
This is not happening. Oh my stars. I will tell you, this cover is stunning. So whoever put that together, we like you.
Yeah.
Great. So what we found here is slow burn, or we're struggle busing. Page 10, we're in.
I was in it because I thought there was more coming. Like, it starts with, it's told from the two pirates, Anne and Mary. It's like you get it starts with their backstory. So you're in the past. Well, no, it starts with them both in prison. So they're both in prison, and then we get the flashbacks and find out, how they came to piracy. But it spent entirely too much time in the backstory, and I feel like the actual piracy was like 3 chapters.
And they told you it was a pirate book, so you want pirates,
I was
damn it.
thinking like these were going to be 2 swashbuckling women who were taking over and bossing men around, and I'm not saying they weren't strong women, but it wasn't what it was advertised. So I was looking for the piracy, and I didn't. There was one raid where apparently they ripped open their shirts to expose their breastises. I'm not really sure why they had to rip open their shirts and expose their breastises, but
so many thoughts right now.
I know. I mean,
so what you're telling me is that a pirate movie gets more stars than this book.
Yes, the pirate movie gets more stars than this book.
Did you hear that, Rebecca?
Oh, yeah. It wasn't what. If you had advertised it that it was about how these 2 women came to piracy, and this was book 1, okay,
you believe it.
I didn't look very hard, but I don't see that this just came out, I want to say this month, in February, either the end of January or beginning of February.
I even take issues. I'm reading the quotes ahead of time, and I already take issues with the quotes. But let me just digress for a moment. 3 words or less of the writing style.
Meh.
Okay. Gatekeeping, obsessing, reality checks on characters.
You know what? Gatekeeping would be a good way to describe this, because I feel like I didn't get, like, that the author had, like, there's all this other material that we just didn't get. And the ending was horrific.
Oh, man. What's the theme? Rewrite the book?
Hell if I know.
I like this. Hell if I know is the theme.
I mean, it was an easy read. It wasn't like crappily written. It wasn't the story that I thought I was getting. And then by the time I got to the end, I was frustrated. And then the ending, the epilogue, didn't really wrap anything up and just left more questions for me, to the point where I had to go back into the book and like, did I miss something?
Wow.
Like, what did I miss?
This sounds like a book I could throw across the room, but it's your Kindle, so I
didn't want to throw my Kindle across the room.
Guys, when we're frustrated with our Kindle, how do we throw it across the room without throwing it across the room? Okay, get back to us on that. Okay, we're going right into the little song. Go. Quotes. Go boldly, and may the winds be in your favor. Did we just take Star Trek and a little bit of Hunger Games and just make up our own crap right there?
Yeah.
Is that considered being original?
I don't know, but I mean, I always tell my students when I end a call, go forth and conquer.
But that's a real quote. But that's a real quote.
I felt like this was,
I mean, that's an actual quote from a real book from an author that came from their brain.
So I don't know.
Okay, in war, events of importance are the result of trivial causes. I feel like that was on Wikipedia somewhere. Maybe we can make a business of meddling in our neighbors' affairs. Hold up. I have a lot of issues with the quotes, and I'm not even reading this book. What time period and what location are La Pirates? Because I kind of feel like I'm reading a quote from that British comedy, Are You Being Served?
So it takes place in the late 1700s, early 1800s. Part of it is in Europe. Most of it is in the Caribbean. Yeah.
I just feel like that's too proper of a... I don't think pirates speak that way.
Well,
do pirates speak like this?
No, one of the pirate women, Anne, is well educated.
Okay.
Like, her father is a lawyer.
All right. Well, now the quote makes a little more sense, but I do feel like I'm being pulled in a lot of directions.
She's a little bit more highfalutin.
But if you had fought like a man, you need not hang like a dog. Am I hanging my head and sulking, or did I just get hung because I lost the fight?
Yeah.
The second one?
Yeah. Because
Oh.
you were chicken shit.
Okay. The meek shall inherit the earth. The brave will get the oceans. I mean, I feel like I should say that one and not kind of like, I feel like that's two different women speaking. This is my educated pirate, and this is her best friend / lover in jail. That says
They're not
no,
together.
Dang, that would have made it at least a little bit something. I mean, they exposed their breastises. I thought maybe.
No, but they're both pregnant.
No
so.
swanky. Wait, what? Wait, what? Sister wives? Excuse me.
No, not by
What
the
is
same
happening?
person. They're both pregnant.
It's like BFF pregnancy planning.
No,
Do you see I'm going to break everything down you say to me?
There's just so many.
Okay, well, Anne and Mary were condemned.
I wanted to like the book so badly.
I do too, because this picture's great, but maybe what I do is just take my own picture and just do the profiling. Anne and Mary were condemned as men because they dressed as men, because we couldn't put on pants. But maybe what we love is never trivial, and even especially as the world burns. I mean, it's a pretty okay quote. Do the babies live? That's really what's happening in my brain right now. They're both pregnant. The babies are good? Are the babies okay?
The babies both live.
All right. So guys, even though it's 2 stars, you can know the babies live. May your departures equal your landfalls. I mean, that is very piratey.
Yeah.
Map.
May you come home as much as you leave.
Rachel's quote's better, guys. Captain Obvious is, I love her.
I know. I wanted to like it. I wanted so much more.
It was a catfish cover. It was a catfish ad.
It just wasn't what it, and that's, like, once I get into a book and I realize it's not what it was advertised to be, it's like I almost shut down. I did that last year with a nonfiction novel it was like Lincoln's Lady Spy, and I thought it was going to be all about this woman who spied for the Union in the Civil War. It wasn't. It was about Richmond during the Civil War, and this one woman had maybe a quarter of the book told about her. So I got pissed off. I was like, if you had named it something else, like Richmond during the Civil War, okay.
Right. Call it what it is.
Call it what it is. This either needs to be a series and you need to change the description to it, or you need to change the description to it and change the ending.
Are we still going with
the ending.
Continuity for the day?
I don't know if it's continuity or just bad storytelling.
Bad storytelling. But at least you said that maybe this could be a series. It sounds like it might have more staying power on the screen since everybody's ripping the breasts open.
Yeah, I don't mean TV series. I
you
feel
mean
like that's been done.
A book series.
you have Black Sails. You don't need to redo this. I think a book series.
Got it. Because we do need some, or just make it a book. Just do it as a book. What's one thing though in here the reader's not going to see coming, other than the advertisement doesn't?
Besides breastises, cross-dressing.
Oh, okay. See, that might pique somebody's interest, where that goes.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right, we like it.
Mary, who is my favorite character,
she got 3 stars as a character, which is more than the book.
She basically lives more as a man than she does as a woman.
So there's some undertones happening, I feel like, although she's also pregnant.
No, there's never any...
there isn't? I'm rooting for it, though.
Yeah.
I was. Just to try and make the book better.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do that.
Well, I mean, it's open now for future stories since both ladies are having babies.
Maybe.
Well, I guess, who needs this book in their life? Does anybody need this one in their life? Do we need this book?
It was one of those books that felt like it was a YA book with adult storylines, if that makes sense. So I feel like if you like, which I love a good YA book, I really do. They're easy to read. I kind of get lost in them. They're a quick read. But with adult overtones, then yeah, sure. And you like pirates, go for it. This is going to be a YA book with adult storylines. It's a quick read.
So aliens find this book as the last record of human history on Earth, and they say,
what is going on with these pirates? Like, are they legal? Are they illegal? Are they sanctioned by the government? Are they not sanctioned by the government? Who exactly is a pirate? What's the difference between a pirate and a privateer? These people have things to work out.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. They got all those questions from
All
reading
those questions
this book.
from reading this 340-page book.
Wow. That should tell
Yeah.
you people what's hidden in these pages then, based on that answer.
Yeah.
All right, what's on your
it's
TV?
it's not real hidden. It's not real deep.
Okay, well, let's get into our TBRs.
Okay. TBRs, I am currently reading The Wharton Plot. It's a mystery told. Edith Wharton, the author, is solving a murder. It is loosely based on a true event, and I love Edith Wharton. So I picked it up in New York, and I'm excited to get through it. And then I just started listening to Kate Quinn's new novel that just came out this week on Tuesday. It's called The Astral Library.
Wow.
Where you can get this, you can live in your books. But there's a whole lot of stipulations. I'm only like 10% into it, but I'm loving it because I love the idea of living in books.
Okay,
So,
wait. Physical or audio?
I'm listening to it.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
gotta wait for you to tell me all the things.
Yeah.
I love this concept.
Yeah.
You always...
It's different. Kate Quinn, she's not jumped, like everything I've read from Kate Quinn has been some sort of historical fiction.
Right, I was just
So
gonna
this is
say.
the first time that I've read something of hers that goes outside that realm, so I'm excited. And
I'm
like the
excited
premise. Yeah.
because all you ever do is tell us how much Kate Quinn is fabulous. You love her
Yeah.
writing. Kate Quinn. I'm reading so much Kate Quinn, and we review all the books backwards and not in order because we can't keep it together because you're so passionate about it. So now, ooh la la.
Yeah. So that's what I'm currently.
Good.
Those will both, well, at least Edith Wharton will be completed this weekend.
And that Kate Quinn's not an arc. It's available.
No, it's available. It came out Tuesday.
Okay, because I've been looking for something that kind of swallows me into a fantasy a lot like Sarah Beth Durst did. So I'm hoping
This could
may
have potential. Yeah.
Okay, but you're only so far into it, so that's why you're not sure.
Take a look at I think her next Sarah Beth Durst's first YA book, The Faraway Inn, is coming out in March.
I pre-ordered.
Okay.
I pre-ordered. And then I've got another one called The Searching on my list. I think that's what it is. Something with an owl on the cover.
Okay. Faraway Inn is really, really good. It's a classic Sarah Beth Durst, but YA.
Right.
But it doesn't really feel YA, but it is YA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did the pre-order
Yeah.
when you arced it. I did
Yeah.
it right away after I read the other two.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a video review of that one just because it's coming out in March.
Okay,
So,
can't wait.
Even though I read it last year.
That's okay. We need the video
Yeah.
review. She wants the video review. I know she does. All right. Well, I've got 9 Goblins by T. Kingfisher, a physical book. It's just goblins and chaos. It's cute so far. The Billionaire and the Monk by Vibhor Kumar Singh. I'm pretty sure this is going to be on the same lines like The Alchemist and Siddhartha.
Okay.
I'll let you know how it goes. My audio, I am back into the Bobbyverse.
Back into the Bobbyverse.
Which
yes,
we didn't get to. We are Legion,
we'll
but
start
we
with
will.
that next time.
So book 2, and I've got 2 David Sedaris is on deck. Naked and
Love Naked.
kids doing something with Hercules and a statue. But I just put those into my Audibles.
Yeah, the Hercules one isn't. That's just he edited that. It's a bunch of essays and short stories from other authors.
But he also narrates in that one.
Yes.
So cool. And it is technically on the Sedaris series page. So, but it's also really short compared to
Yes, it's not
everything
long.
else. So
It's
I
not
figured
long.
I'd
I have
sneak it.
I have the physical copy of that.
I figured I'd sneak that one in.
Yeah. And
no-
his new book comes out May 29th, I think.
Ooh, everybody, mark
Yeah.
it, mark it. May 29, mark it. Do it. So that's it. No graphic novels, though. I haven't come across one I want.
All right. Interesting.
I know, weird for me.
I know. I feel like you always have a good graphic novel.
No, I think I just graphic noveled those out.
Oh, okay.
No, that's
It
not
happens.
true because you get one in next month. In February's I did.
Okay.
I know. We've got wrap-ups coming up soon.
Yes.
So everybody needs to,
that's a next week situation
next
for
week
sure.
we'll have wrap-ups, so everybody will be ready for that, so we can get to I have 2 books I have to finish journaling from last month. I know. Rachel's looking ahead. She's looking ahead in my
I'm sorry.
journal,
I'm sorry.
guys.
I shouldn't be sneaking. I was sneaking peeks.
That makes
peeking.
me feel good because I'm like, I'm doing good things in my journal that she wants to look at it.
I was sneaky peeking. Don't mind me. Sneaky peeking.
I oogle over yours all the time, and now she's oogling mine. Oh, I'm blushing. I know. Well, there it is, friends. Until next time, that's the ink.
Bye.
That's a wrap. Time to close the book on today's episode. I'm Rachel. And I'm Kasie. If you had fun, hit the like, follow, and subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell icon. You can also email us at spilledinkedcoffeeshow@gmail.com. Send us your questions, tell us what you're reading, or share what we should dive into. Until next time, keep your coffee hot and your pages turning. Bye, guys.